Alright guys, I'm making this quick video to do a step-by-step startup of this Promark Warrior. A quadcopter that I probably get more questions on than any other thing on there. So the thing about this thing is, if you don't do it in this exact sequence, it's not going to work. Okay, it'll fail somewhere in this whole deal here. It won't work right. You won't never get it to work. You'll think the controller's no good. You'll think the quadcopter's no good. Then you start looking around for videos and then asking questions and doing all this mumbo jumbo. But this is the way you have to do it. You have to do it this way every time. Okay? The first thing you want to do is turn it on. Then that's the quadcopter, not the controller. You turn on the quadcopter first. And you'll see the red lights flashing. Then the next thing you do is you turn on the transmitter. And that's by pressing this. And you'll see the camera do this little dance. And the red lights will still flash. Then you have to mind it real quick. Then the lights will change color off of the red. Then you have to do the level calibration, which is up and out of the sticks. And you'll see the lights flash again. And the camera will do another dance. Okay, now you can turn on the app. You have to do it this way or the thing won't work right. Okay, so then you can turn on the app. There, now you turn on the app and then you'll see that the drone and the controller has a full battery. Okay, then you want to get into, if you want to change some things in here, they have a little section for little flight modes. And you do that by clicking this button over here. And you can have it in the beginner mode, which is, it's on right now, because it always defaults back to that. You have to load this part up all the time, unless you save it. There's a save button down there. It's hard to see where it says save, but if you turn that off, you can change these little parameters that are on here. And they are the flight distance is the top one. You can set it out to 500 meters. The altitude you can set to 120 meters. And the return to home altitude, you can set at 120 meters right there. And then if you want to leave the settings at the max like that for all the settings, you just hit the little button down here. It says save. It's hard to see it because of the light, but it does say save in that box. So then you would just click that and save it. Now, if I was outside right now, and you can see on the video that the video is working as I move the quadcopter around in the kitchen here. You can see that the camera's working. Now, I'm not going to do this part in here, but if I was outside, I would do the compass calibration, which is really simple on this thing. It's only a two-step process. And to do that, you would just take the controller, and when you did the level calibration, you went up and out. Okay? But for the compass calibration, you go up and in. And then that'll start flashing the lights, and then you can you just do the spin one time, and then you turn it up on its side like this and spin it around one time. I only had to do it one time both times. Okay? Now, if you're indoors or you don't feel like messing with the GPS, as long as you did the level calibration and all that, all you have to do would be to hit the Headless Mode button right here. Hold that in for a few seconds. And you hear that beep. Now that overrides the GPS. So then you don't even need the GPS. You can just hit the takeoff button and it'll take off. It doesn't arm the motors manually. So you have to hit the takeoff button for it to arm the motors. So there's no other way around that of just arming the motors and letting it sit here and spin. You have to hit the takeoff button for it to arm the motors and take off. So it only goes up about 5 feet or something like that, 4 or 5 feet. It'll go up, and that'll be it. So I hope this clears up some of these questions for people, because I've been getting tons and tons of questions on this thing. If you don't do it in this particular order, it just won't work. You know, then everybody thinks that their stuff's bad. Boy, and actually, if you look in the app, if I go out of the app here real quick and start the app up, if you go to the Quickstart guide, it tells you everything that I just said in this video. It shows you everything in there of what to do. Step 1, step 2. You know, most quadcopters, they tell you to turn on the controller first, the transmitter, and then turn the quadcopter on. But this one, it's the quadcopter first. Okay, you turn on the quadcopter first, then you do the transmitter, then you do the bind, and then you do the level calibration, and then you're all set. You know, everything. Now, if it doesn't work, if you do it in that exact order, if it doesn't work, then there's some kind of problem. Okay, and then you're going to have to contact Promark, and they're never going to respond to you, so it doesn't matter anyway. Just take it back to the store and get another one. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.